I'm finding the space in each joint where there's no pain. But in a way, the body registers that maybe as the most extreme point of pain. But pain is not what we think it is, because we think about it. We don't experience it directly. And then going to the point really where the pain is directing you to, you find a different posture in the body, you find different equilibrium. Then certain uncomfortable situations can even be more valuable than it. Or you can use an uncomfortable situation also. I went through a period where I had very heavy seizures and coma every 40 days for almost 8 years. So that looked like 1-2 days, I know it's coming, I know I'm going to fall asleep at some point, and it's going to start, because it will start after I fall asleep. And then I'm out for anywhere from 1 to 3 days, sometimes in coma. I remember nothing. I wake up, sometimes I would wake up screaming, or disoriented. Sometimes I'm just very absent and soft. Sometimes, wow, everything's alive, really alive. And it would take me maybe, I think 3-4 days to start kind of moving around somewhat naturally in a new way, because it was new to me. I didn't remember anything. I didn't remember what happened. Pieces from my past, but not really. People, yes. Mostly I didn't even know where I was. I mean, in India. And then, so for 3-4 days, then after that, and for the week following, I'm getting to a very good place, a very good, connected place. Giving sessions, people giving talks, not only in a casual way like this, but there were different things going on, different camps, different groups, different sessions, people coming out of nowhere. Also, people who were around it and they wonder what's going on, and they're feeling something quite odd and interesting. And so then I would have about 10 days, I'd have about 2 weeks. Like I have now maybe all the time. But I have 2 strong weeks. And then I could feel the next one coming. So I have about, 10 days adjustment, 2 weeks adjusted, and then boom, the next event. And then for 8 years. The only difference in each kind of episode was sometimes I'd go really into a coma, or sometimes I would only be absent. I guess you would look at me and be talking to me and there's no response. I'm empty. I don't know you're talking to me.
You're talking also in different languages.
Say?
You were talking in different languages.
Tell her. I was talking. Say, because she knows more than me about that 10 days, because I have no memory.
Oh, but I enjoy what you shared.
But I don't remember this. But okay, so I guess I'm talking in different languages. I'm making sounds. I'm hearing music.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the trees make music. I'm hearing the clouds make music. I can. The air it's not thick, but the air has like strands in it, like hair, everywhere. I'm walking almost like Tai Chi. spreading a curtain going into the next room. It's and I'm wondering, does anyone else hear the music? Sometimes I came out in a kind of poetry. I would just say, everything's everything. Everything's everything. Everything's this, everything's that. And I would speak for a while, a little bit like Jim Morrison on acid. You know, I just really, this kind of connected reality, this unity reality, this no mind, this adjusted brain. Because maybe some of my brain centers are overheated, other ones are being opened that maybe are never touched because the brain has to find some way to work, and those centers. And memory is a very different thing. I have my own idea about what memory actually is right now, what even the little bit of fear I see you have with our friend that comes over around material and money and owing somebody some money, and I see this thing come out of Maria. She's a little tense, she's afraid, but I experience this kind of thing, like an entity come out of her, and it's in the room. And she's great. It's nothing to do with who came, nothing to do with the money, nothing to do with the situation. It's completely, and I start experiencing more this entity awareness of everything all the time, which I experienced more as a child sometimes, or in the invisible, but it started to be really, the ashtray's alive, saying something. Everything is saying something. And then people around, because at some points I'm in a seizure or I'm screaming. I mean, people are freaking out around me. They're trying to take care of me. There's nothing really you can do. Even medically, there's no treatment for the condition. And my condition was extreme. Kind of condition that would, if a person had it once, they would probably die, or their brain would explode. Tumor, brain hemorrhage, heart attack. So this became my normal rhythm. Monthly, I mean every 40 days, more or less, 38 days, 40 days. And people learned many things, people around me learned how to actually not go into panic themselves. How just to be present, maybe put a pillow down, maybe take a walk. There's nothing they can do. And of course, if they're tense or afraid, it's not helpful. That's really, I'm also screaming because people around me are loud and noisy, and everything is too loud, everything is too noisy, everything is too much interference, like a television set, and I'm looking for the picture and it's all it's all short-circuiting, and I find my way through the breathing and through the pain. So I was in a practice of this so to speak, unconsciously or automatically for 8 years. This was after 20 years of doing healing work and being a medium and practicing things you guys are practicing, working, developing myself. I was intense, but not this strong intensity, not this kind of always present, let's get to the moment now. Here we are, and is taking everything and everyone I can to participate. I was more shy about it, learning. I met teachers who I understood they go into that kind of practice as a discipline and deliberately in their meditation. It's an old science. Somehow my vehicle, my constitution, myself is somehow situated in a way where I can catch that transmission, even though maybe it's not even meant for me. But those people are working in such a way that they'll give it to anybody who's in the right configuration. They don't have to be Tibetan, they don't have to be Rinpoche, they don't have to be enlightened, they don't have to fulfill any... if the person arrives, and I arrived with some of these people just through wandering, also looking for help, looking for insight. Osho spoke about the condition to one person who asks, because someone like Osho has answered every question. You can find it. In 20 years of speaking, he spoke to everyone. Each discourse isn't for the general. Each discourse is for a particular element. And that person activates that talk, and we all listen to it to gain something. But each one, it's like a library, and that's that book, you know. That's that... I'm actually calling them intercourses now, not discourses. Like unity intercourse. Instead of satsang discourse, unity intercourse. Because that's what's happening when he's doing that, when I'm speaking in a certain way. Everything is getting unified, harmonized through the activation of the one principle, the one element that's presented.